Hello music fans, it's time for another first impressions video. A bunch of new albums came out today, Friday, April 15th, and I didn't make one of these last week for Friday or April 8th. So I'll talk about some from that day as well. But let's just start off with some of my favorite stuff from today. And keep in mind I've only heard these all once, so I'm not doing an in-depth track review, just some quick first impressions. Monuments released In Stasis, which is a progressive metalcore gent album. It's their fourth album, and I feel this could be their best album yet. They're really a solid band. Like, my only criticism would be that I find they don't stand out enough from the other bands of that scene. If they can find more of their own identity, they could become one of the best bands in that scene. Another album that came out today is from the Cancer Bats, a Canadian band. The album's called Psychic Jailbreak. It's a hardcore punk album with sludge metal and metalcore influences. This is their seventh album, and again, I think this could be their best album yet. They're always a really fun band. I love the guitar riffs, love the vocal energy, just love the pinch harmonics and the riffs that you can headbang to. Really, really fun band. I recommend it if you like that kind of music. And the last one from today that came out today that I just listened to is by The Chemical Mind, and the album's called Glossolalia. This is atmospheric progressive black metal with a lot of electronic influences this time around. I don't think this is as good as the second album. This is their third album, but it is interesting to hear more electronic stuff on this. And you know it's a good black metal album if I end up enjoying it, because I don't usually like or talk about a lot of black metal, but here's one that I really recommend and I think is really interesting. Now, going back to last week, some cool stuff that came out near the end of last week. One of those albums would be from the band Envy of None. Came out on Friday, April 8th, and the album is called Envy of None as well. So it's their self-titled album. It's their debut album. It's a rock band with some industrial, electronic, and pop influences. The interesting thing here is this features Alex Lifeson of Rush on guitars. It's got a female vocalist, kind of industrial electronic sounding rock. Like, if I listened to it and I didn't know ahead of time that Alex Lifeson was playing the guitars, I would not have been able to tell. So it doesn't really have his signature guitar sound, which is kind of interesting in a way to hear him do something so different from Rush. It's still really interesting, really good. So I recommend it. But if you're just looking for something that sounds like Rush, you're not really going to find that here. This is more modern, more industrial sounding, but still kind of cool. And last thing that I'll talk about in this video today is TesseracT, and they released a double A side to raise money to help the Ukrainian people and others caught up in disasters and humanitarian crises around the world. So really good, noble cause for this one. Good job, TesseracT. The double A side is called Regrowth, and so it's just 2 songs. And my understanding is that these songs were developed from for their 5th album, which is their upcoming follow-up to 2016's Sonder, but didn't fit the vibe. They feel it didn't fit the vibe of their upcoming 5th album, so they decided to just release them on their own, just to do some good rather than have them slowly decay on a server somewhere, which is what they said on their Bandcamp. Yeah, really solid. Great to hear new music from TesseracT. TesseracT's one of the best in this progressive metal gent style, and these songs show why they're pretty much the best band in that scene right now. So highly recommend people check that out. And that's it for me today. Till next time, peace out.